All right, guys, so I am going to teach you one more way of subtracting. If you will recall, originally I showed you that you could borrow, okay, and when you borrow, you're going to take one of these, you're basically breaking it up, okay, and then you have to add whatever's on the bottom to the top. So in this case, there's a 6 on the bottom, so I'm going to add 6 to the top, okay, and then rewrite it. 2 and 9, 6 minus 1 and 4, 6. Okay, then you can subtract like normal. You end up with 5, 6. So you end up with 1 and 5, 6. Okay, absolutely use this way if this way makes sense. But you know me, I like to give you a couple of choices. So let me show you one other choice that you can use in order to do subtracting with mixed numbers. Okay. So I'm going to use this same problem. I'm just going to rewrite it. Give me a second. So we started with 3 and 3, 6. We're going to subtract 1 and 4, 6. Okay. If you will recall, we talked about how to change a mixed number into an improper fraction. How do we do that? If you will recall, we kind of go in a C pattern. We multiply the bottom number times the whole number, and then add the top number to it. So in this case, that would be 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 more is 10, and you just put it back over the denominator, okay? If we do the same for this one up here, okay? 6 times 3 is 18, plus 3 more is 21, okay? And you can see that it's a lot easier to subtract this way. Because everything's already lined up for you. So 21 minus 10 leaves me with, this is just some subtraction, leaves me with 11, 6, okay? Then you just convert it. How many times will 6 go into 11? It will go 1 with 5 left over. As you can see, you will end up getting the same answer either way, okay? Do I care that you know which way you do it? I really don't. But I do want to make sure that you are confident in the way of doing this either way you wish to go. So we're going to do a couple more like this where we are changing our mixed numbers into improper fractions to subtract them, okay? All right, so let's look at the next one. I am so sorry, guys. We are on page 431. Please turn to page 431 if you have not already done that. Okay, all right. Let's look at our next one. We're going to look at number 2. We've got 1 and 1/3, and we are subtracting 2/3, okay? So again, I'm going to use the method that I just used and changed my mixed number into an improper fraction, okay? All right, so 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 more is 4 over 3. The 2/3 is already in a fraction form, so I'm just going to subtract 2/3, oops, okay? And so if I subtract 4/3 minus 2/3, I end up with 2/3. Okay, everybody see that? All right. Let's see. Okay, let's do one more together, and then I'm going to let you try a couple by yourself. Okay, let us try number 3, which is 4 and 7/10. Then we are subtracting 1 and 9/10. Okay. Again, change them both to improper fractions. Okay. So 10 times 1 is 10, plus 9 more is 19. So 19 over 10. Okay. 10 times 4 is 40, plus 7 more is 47 over 10. Okay, then you just subtract 47 minus 19. Well, 7 minus 9, you can't do that. You're still going to have to borrow. Regroup. 17 minus 9 is 8. 3 minus 1 is 2. So you end up with 28 over 10. Okay, how many times will 10 go into 28? It will go 2 whole times with 8 left over. As always, reduce if you can. 8 and 10 are both even, so I know that I can reduce that by 2. Okay, so I slide my whole number over, and then how many times will 2 go into 8? It will go 4 times. How many times will 2 go into 10? It will go 5 times. Okay, all right. Now I want you to try on your own on this page. I want you to try number 5 and 6, okay? I'm gonna ask you to pause, complete these, and then once you are done, you will come back and I will do them together for you, okay? Ready? Pause. Okay, all right, so let's look at number 5. Number 5 says 8 and 1/10, and we are subtracting 2 and 9/10, okay? All right, how many times will I did the wrong thing. Remember, we are changing these into improper fractions. So 10 times 2 is 20, plus 9 more is 29 over 10. 10 times 8 is 80, plus 1 more is 81 over 10. Okay, we are going to subtract, okay? You may have to regroup and borrow, like in this case, 11 minus 9 is 2, 7 minus 2 is 5, so I have 52 over 10, okay? How many times will 10 go into 52? Well, it'll go 5 whole times with 2 left over, okay? 2 and 10 are both even, so I can reduce those. So I end up with 5, and how many times will 2 go into 2? It'll go 1 time. How many times will 2 go into 10? It will go 5 times. So that would end up being 5 and 1/5. Okay, did everybody get that answer? Hey, if not, make sure you're asking me questions, guys. I love it when you ask me questions. Okay. All right, next we have 2, and we are subtracting 1 and 1/4, okay? Now, this one was a little tricky, guys, okay? You are trying to change them both to improper fractions that have a 4 as the denominator, okay? So, what we are going to do for this case is we're going to kind of come out to the side and we're going to say, if 2, okay, is broken into 4 pieces, okay? If you're breaking this 2 into 4 pieces, right? What are you going to have? Well, you can kind of do the same thing. You have to ignore the fact that there really isn't any such thing as 0 over 4. Just kind of in your head, know that you cannot actually have a 0 force. Okay, so you could do it the same way. 4 times 2 is 8, plus nothing else is 8, right? So it would be 8/4. And if we look at this, okay, you have 2 holes. If I break each of these holes into 4 pieces, do I have 8/4? I do indeed, okay? So I've got 8/4, and I am subtracting. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. So I'm subtracting 5/4. Can I do it? Of course I can. 8 minus 5 leaves me with 3 over 4. Okay. All right, guys. So today what I want you to do is I want you to practice subtracting, okay? I want you to try at least 2 of these problems using this new method where you change them into improper fractions, okay? If you want to do the rest of them after that, the other way that we originally learned, that is fine with me, but I want you to at least try it with this new way. Some of you may find that you like this way better, and that's okay. Some you might like the original way better, that's okay too. So you are going to work on page 433. You are going to do numbers 2 through 12 even, okay? Even, okay? And again, at least 2 of these, I want you to try with the new method. All right, ask me questions in the bottom if you need to.